Hey Blender folks, so today I'll show you how you can make this cool looking neon street inside Blender or this type of environment, and very easy and efficient way. Also I will show you how you can optimize this kind of scene and speed up your workflow, so you can make that easily and within a day if you are follow this tutorial all along. So first of all, you need some assets which are on my Gumroad, link in the description. You can download some neon signs, urban building and shops, urban detail kits and electric boxes for this scene. First, with Blender open, go to edit, preferences, add-ons and search for rigify and tick the checkbox. We need this to add armature, so go to plus shift A, go to armature and a basic human meta rig. This is an average human size scale rig, so you will get a proper scale reference for your scene. So our average floor size in a residential building is 7.5 feet, about 2.75 meters, or in a commercial area it is 10 feet. So you will get the idea, the height of the building can vary. So I made this street based on that trick, so it is look quite good with a proper scaling. So this is just a basic layout. I'll add my asset on top of that so I can get this street feeling. So open up a new window and go to asset browser, and I switch to current library to user library where I have all my assets. So as you can see, most of my assets I use like on a regular basis or daily basis. On some projects I added all of them and just drag and drop them in my scene. So I'll just get a building done within a few clicks. If I model each building myself, it will took me like a week to model this scene. So this is a great way to speed up your workflow, and you can make your own too. Trust me, once you have to model all this scene, and you will just it's increase lots of your productivity. So go to edit, preferences, file path. For adding your asset into the asset browser, you need asset library. So here you can see the name and the path of a folder. You can add more if you want to. Now go to the outliner, right click on your asset which you want to add in asset library and mark as asset, and then you open asset browser and see you have your asset in your scene. And also save your blend file so you don't lose your asset from your scene. Now just I'm adding some more shops near to the camera, and from the distance I'll add some residential building, and here I need a bar. As you can see, there is a bar sign, so I'll just model myself because I don't have a bar in the asset. So just simply adding edge loops and extruding stuff. It is so basic, you just look some reference for that, and based on that you can model yourself. If there is some objects too complex you can't model by yourself, you can just go to some free website like CGTraders and download them. CGTrader is a good website. I use lot of assets from there also, only the CC0 assets. So here you can see I added this lamp. This is from CGTraders, and now I am adding some background buildings. And when you add your asset on top of the layout, you can delete the layout if you want. So I'll add a shop near here and just duplicate this because we won't see this from the camera view. So I'll just duplicate this, and I'll add this all asset into the new collection, so I can just turn off and on with one click. So now I'll add this shop. This is looking quite good, and I will just scale this up and match the corners of both of the buildings, so we will not get like some artifact or some weird glitching in between. So always try to match up the corners, because it will not look good if you are animating camera through that scene in a slow movement. So now I'll just add some texture to the wall of the bar, and I'm using Node Wrangler add-on. You can enable that in edit, preferences, add-on, search for Node Wrangler, tick the checkbox and you have it. So this is quite handy. You can just press Ctrl Shift T and get all the 4 texture you want, like roughness, normal matte, displacement and albedo. So you will just get this texture setup so quickly, and then just UV unwrap your object and place the UVs right, and yes, good to go. So it is so simple to use. So use this. Add-ons are great. If you get any free add-on of a Blender, you can just get it and install it in your you can use them as well. This is just to speed up your workflow 10 times faster. So as you can see, I'm just hitting Control T and adding stuff fast enough. And yes, one thing to notice that I have this much building in my scene, so I'm not adding many texture which I don't need, because most of the texture are in there after adding those assets. So I'll not use other texture. It will just increase the file size, nothing too complex. So you can just look at your scene, what texture do you have and what can work, and just use them on other object also. So that's it. I just like extruded that building and uses the same bit of bricks in same texture. And yeah, I can just this is the fourth time I'm using that building, because it will not show in from the camera view, or if it will show, the movement is like it will not seen after adding all of the like details kit. So we will be adding after we have all the basic scene completed. Now we will just UV unwrap the pedestrian area, or you can say a sidewalk, and we will just project from view, and after that we will just Control Shift T and add some kind of like gravel, or you can say, yeah, it's called gravel, I think. Yeah, so we will add some gravels or greebles, whatever you can say. Or you can say add tiles, and just play with some color ramp and values, so you will get the idea how it will be looking. So as you can see, this is looking quite shiny. I'll just decrease that by adding a color ramp. And now okay, so for this asset particularly I have some issues, but I fixed it now. So in the urban detail kit I also have 2 vending machine, those are correct ones, and I struggle a lot with this because I have like Coca-Cola vending machine with the Pepsi vending machine texture, and the Pepsi vending machine with the Coca-Cola machine texture. So I always added them into my scene, and I thought why there is so problem in that, and now I get, so I resolved the issue. You don't have to worry about it. Also I have like rigid body in my scene with all the cans added into the vending machine, so I just struggle a lot with that, and I'm just keep my blender crashing and crashing, and I couldn't find it. But after some time I get that all of my cans have the rigid body, so I just disable the rigid body from them, and then I just used it, because whenever I hit play, the scene is freezes and blender crashed, and this took me like 2 days to figure out why I did that. So now there is no problem with my asset in the urban detail kit. You didn't have to download the separate machine, vending machine. You can download the available one in the urban detail kits. And now I'll add some air conditioner, so I'll just replace without stand ones with stand one, because these are on a wall, so they need something to stay on. So now is the time to add some urban details, which is like a tower, air conditioner, some pillars, poles, trash cans, etc. All you can find in urban detail kit except this electric pole. So I want you guys, if you wanna make this kind of scene, you can download all of my assets, make something like this, and try to make this specific pillar on your own. I would like to see, because it is so simple. You just have to add a cylinder and add a sphere on top of that, give it a 2 material, one is black, one is emission one assigned to the sphere, and the black one to the pillars. And this is the neon signs also provided, so you can just drag and drop them. They doesn't mean too much. I think this is like this sign is particularly called welcome. but I have this stylized font, so it will look quite sci-fi font, sci-fi font, you can say. So just add them, and I like this two bars, they are really cool. You can add them anywhere in your scene, and they add ton of like aesthetic to the scene, like this something going on, this is something like cool building or some kind of like. So I just use this, and I can just flip rotate. This is a sign, like no one know what font it is and what it says. You just use it until it doesn't make any sense. And for the light poles and wires, so because of trash can issue, because of the Coca-Cola can issue, I already told you, I got issue with this wires, because when I add a cloth sim on it, it doesn't stick to the point. I mean, Blender crashes. So I just brought this into a separate blend file, animated it there, and bring back after applying the cloth simulation and to it, and then added back into the scene. And after that I found that I have rigid body issue with my original scene. So you can just simply make a single rope, add lots of loop cuts, and assign some edges of vertex you want to a new vertex group. They will be pinned, and in the cloth simulation setting you get this pin group, you can assign those there, and that will not drop, only those part not assigned will drop, and you can just have it in your scene. So we got some cables with our electric poles, and I can just duplicate this, scale, rotate, and place it somewhere else, so I'll get more of the cables. So a cable hanging out and pointing like this will not look good, so we have to just flatten it out, or you can say we are just make it look practically okay for this particular scene now. So just using proportional editing, simple stuff, you guys can do that. Now O is a shortcut to on a proportional editing, by the way. And now add some electric boxes, because we have a neon street and they have lots of neon signs, and all this neon sign needs some electricity to run on. So I'm just adding some small electric boxes, these are also in the assets, so just add them, and I'll add a pipe over here. So for using spinning tool, make sure your cursor is on a right position. So for bending it on a nearest point, you have to just add your cursor, and you can change the XYZ axis on top of there. You can see if you're up you get. So I'll just add it here and rotate it on the Y axis, and you can see I just got a little pipe over here. This is for a water on coming from a roof, but we don't have any roof over there, we will add it later. I'm using some texture. No, I'll add different one for this. I think I tried to add some good texture but couldn't find anything wrapping good to it, so I added some concrete texture to this, and now that's looking good. Give it metallicness, and no one find out you added a concrete texture to a pipe. That's good. Oh, I replaced it with the original one. I'm like recording audio on a separate time, so there will be some mismatch. I'm sorry for that. So now I'll add roof over here. Simple and easy roof, not too much complex. Add a cube, extrude, inside extrude, and now I'll add this sign. This is a barber shop because my hairs are too long and I need a haircut, so I'll make it a barber shop. Give some extrusion and add something to for the sign to stay on. Extrude, insert, extrude. Simple. Give this some kind of cool font. We will find that in font library. Okay, yeah, this one looks nice. I'll just duplicate this and change fill to none and give some depth and extrusion level low, and we will make the original sign diffuse and the other one emissive. Now we have many things going on in our scene, and we can play with the lighting and the text however you like. Looking quite good. I added more wires over here, one more air conditioner over here. So this is a supporting pole for a signs like board signs you have in your area. So there are some board signs. This is simple. You can change the text if you want to. By the way, this I made in Illustrator because I haven't downloaded any file for that. You can download any image from Google and just place it over anywhere. One electric box there, some cans on the road, some trash near the trash can. This is a random box, I made it. Some food cans, and just make this open. We will add some trash inside of this bucket. Add some towers. We need some network in our area, and we need dishes also. So an antenna, or what you can say, a dish or network dish on a roof. Now we have a good network in our scene. Change this. These are the two separate objects, so I can change both color. And I found out later that this text is not even shown in from the camera view, so changing color, it doesn't matter a lot to me, but I did it anyway. Try to avoid this kind of thing when you are like working, but it doesn't make any sense. So always try to look from the camera view. Just adjusting those building a little bit. And now texture this roof, I forgot it. I'll use this texture to texture my roof. Project from view and assign it to the top of the roof. This is a great texture. This side is looking quite good, but the top part is not looking that good. We will unwrap it from other view and just place it somewhere, and now we have some roofs. Select this, view, project from view. It's also align this. Simple as that. Using image texture is a good way to work on this kind of scene. And add a color ramp for roughness, and yeah, there you go, we have our roof. Our barber shop is ready. So I just added couple of things more in the scene, and just neon-y things, some traffic lights also, because if there is any accident happen. By the way, it doesn't make sense to keep someone stay from this area because there is not straight path on the road. I just added intentionally some little bits over here. I found out that if we add something to the like in a scene, this kind of scene, like if we add some trash on the road, some papers and etc., so it will look quite natural. Always you can find like if you are following great artists on Instagram, you will just see they add like lots of the small details, and also always a small detail can make a big difference in a scene, like in an environment scene. So this is just a sphere. I'm adding displacement modifier. We will make this a trash can, just lowering the strength of the displacement modifier and making it look like a trash polythene, the black ones you use to throw your trash. So we got a trash, and now I add one can to the roof road sorry, one over here, and we are done. Just these small details are noticeable, so just add them wherever you like, but make sure that makes sense. And our scene is ready, and you have seen the final product in the beginning of the video. I'm just making sure we have enough city signs going on in the background. So that's it, and yeah, see you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.